Hello, what is good? It is Kelly, and in this activation, we are going to cover trust. We're going to cover trust in kind of, I would say, a way that is an unpopular opinion. We often hear that trust is needed to move forward. Trust is a prerequisite to getting what you want. And often it implies that we are required to get something from someone or something, and it's tied to this future. It's tied to this future, and it pulls us out of the present moment. So this is a way of thinking. It's a different way to view trust or lack thereof. And I ask you to try it on for size and see if it fits for you. And not from the lens of it's right or wrong, good or bad, but does it bring me more power? Does it release shackles from my cage to set me free? Like that is the aim that I have for you and I have for me, is to release the shackles from embodying our desires fully and integrating our power completely. So that's the target. That's where we're headed. That's what we're going to get done. And let's get started. So the seed of needing to trust. First off, the word need. The word need insinuates lack. Need tells subconscious mind that there is lack. Need triggers the stress response. Shutting down, like in protecting you from something. Need says to subconscious mind, if I don't have that, I will not survive. I will die. I will be dead. And I know that sounds crazy to you, but that is the language of the subconscious mind. So even in hearing like you need to trust the process, you need to trust God, you need to trust the universe, source energy, whatever it may be, like to the subconscious mind, that's dangerous territory. So the seed of planting the need to trust. Trust is often presented as something you must wait for or you must earn from others, from the universe, even you need to trust yourself. And it also can be very common around relationships and career and spiritual practices. We're told that in order to move forward, we must first trust our partner. We must first trust the process. We must first trust the universe. And what that does is it creates an unnecessary step to move forward. The subconscious mind doesn't understand needing to trust before you can move forward. And it creates a perpetual loop that keeps you stuck because you're looking to trust and subconscious mind doesn't know what that means. So often we're waiting for something when that's not necessary. And there's cultural programming, and we've been ingrained that the idea is that we need to rely on external forces to meet our needs or to get validation, whether that be from a partner or even like divine intervention. And when we have this idea of, I need to trust in the universe to deliver my desires, I need to trust that this partner of mine won't leave me high and dry. I need to trust that this business deal will be what I desire it to be. We're saying that we need to trust something oftentimes outside of ourselves. And when we focus our attention there, it leaves us rather powerless. Because we think that we must hand over control to others or to the universe to experience safety and success in love. We're trusting that somebody else is going to give that to us rather than knowing that we are that. We are success. We are abundance. We are love, and safety is harnessed within. So it's this powerlessness that we get caught up in. In this belief of needing to trust implies that we are incomplete without something external, that we're not whole and complete as we are right in this moment, and that we're waiting to be given something, or we're waiting to get something from someone else to validate the wholeness that's always been there. So it's a separateness from our power. Because there's nothing to get. There's nothing to get. There's no trust to be gotten. There's nothing to get. The only thing to do is to be the love, to be the success, to be the abundance, to be the safety within. And everything else is a mirror. And when we say we need to trust ourselves even, we're implying that we don't. So do we need trust? Or is trust just another story, just another belief that maybe it's not intended to, but it strips you from your sovereignty? Trust also implies a future event. A future event or a future outcome. You are trusting in a future process or a future promise. And you're hoping that a situation will unfold as desired. In the vibration, the energy behind hope doesn't get us very far. What gets us what we want, what brings our reality, our desires into our reality, is knowing our sovereignty, knowing our power, and knowing everything we want isn't out there, but it's within. And to me, trust is a indication. Because hope and trust still imply lack. And putting our energy, putting our attention into future focus pulls us out of the present moment. And when we're focused on getting something in the future, trusting that an outcome will be resolved in the future, we're emitting the signal that it will happen in the future. So we manifest that it constantly will just always be right around the corner. And it never lands in our fucking lap. This disconnects us from the power of the now, from the power of the present moment. And when we focus on like this future outcome, there's this subtle signal to our subconscious mind that what we want is not here yet. What we want is not here yet. And it's this energetic tension. And it's lack of the now. And we feel unsettled. We feel disconnected from our true power. Especially if you've been burned in the past. If trust has bit you in the ass. You can say all of the affirmations you want. You can have all of the faith that you claim. But there's probably inner conflict between consciously saying like, I trust in God, I trust in source, I trust in this man. And then your subconscious mind's like, yeah, right. Yeah, fucking right. Guess which one wins? And so this seed of needing to trust, it grows into this belief that our power resides outside of us. We start to attach our power and our worthiness to another person, to a higher power, to a situation, or to a belief that things will work out. And it's a fractal. It's a fractal of powerlessness. And it creates a bridge that we cross repeatedly. And we get more of the same because it's this game of waiting. We never quite get to the other side. We get the tip, but never, never the happy ending. We're always waiting for this external circumstance to align, for someone or something to confirm that we can trust. And it creates this loop. And I know in the spiritual community, it's all about trust the universe, trust the universe. The universe has your back. No, you are the universe. You are that thing. There's nothing you don't need to trust when you know. When you know. It's a perpetuating cycle. Like need, and it's important, need, importance, all of those things trigger the shit out of your subconscious mind. It triggers the shit out of your nervous system. Every time we need to trust, every time we force the belief that we are incomplete without it, we create a resonance of lack, and it vibrates into our energetic field, and it signals to the universe that we do not have the full experience yet, that we lack something, and the universe shows us that. It's a mirror, and it puts it right up to here. And it says, yes, you're right. You need to trust me because you don't have what you need. Yes, here you go. I'll put it on a silver fucking platter for you. It's this energetic blockage in the root chakra and the solar plexus. This fear. It's a deep saying you need to trust comes from fear of abandonment. It comes from needing validation. It comes from a place of insecurity. And it takes away that personal sovereignty. Because we're still relying on something external to fill us. Trust is a hoax. And I say, lust over trust, baby. And I know that lust has, I don't know, a lot of meanings to it. But again, I kind of just want to stick to energetics because all words have distortion involved into them. But I want to break down like the energetics of needing to trust and the energetics of embodying lust. Try it on. What the hell? You might as well. And see if it brings you more power. See if it brings you into more knowing, more present moment. Because that's what we want. So trust, it implies dependence to validate your desires and to validate your actions. And it creates this framework of waiting, reinforcing that we are not complete without external validation. And when you're waiting to trust, you're essentially giving away your power. You're telling your subconscious that it's outside of you, that your desires are not fulfilled and that they're not within. It's energetically flawed. It creates separation between what you want and what you are. There's a gap. And I know trust is a very charged word in the spiritual community, but you cannot attract what you desire. You attract who you are, and needing to trust signals lack. Trust feeds the loop. But let's talk about lust. Lust, like in this frame, like let's look at it from like you have a desire without attachment. You like fully embody your desire and you take ownership for it. And you don't wait for permission. You don't wait for external validation. You want what you want. It's this internal force that doesn't look for validation. It doesn't give a fuck. So when you feel lustful, you allow like that full desire to take over and you take action. And you reclaim your energy. It vibrates so much higher than trust because you're connected to being the creator. You're connected to loving the process. You're connected to your now. You're connected to your power, your sovereignty. Lust says, I don't need to wait for someone or something to give me permission. I create it. If I want it, I have it. And we collapse time. We collapse time because we're not waiting to trust. The ultimate alchemy here is to realize that you are the source. There is nothing to hope for. There's nothing to trust in because you already have all of the power that you need to manifest and to create your dreams. You are trust. You already have everything you need. You are the force that brings your desires into form. You are the love that you choose to receive. You embody that, and the world matches your frequency. You don't need to trust a man. You know, I had trust issues. I had trust issues like a mother. And my last situation, all of my energy went to trying to trust him. I was projecting what wasn't fulfilled within me in the past and projecting and looking at the future, like, what if this happens, and putting it in the present moment. And I was never actually in tune with him in the relationship because I had this belief and this concept that I needed to trust him rather than know that my soul has brought me this divine soul for a reason, and to soak up what it is that's here for me right now. And I just wasted time and precious moments. Like, there's this shift from lack and hope and trust in the external to abundance and love and embodying the full experience of your desire right now. And whatever's happening, just like loving the shit out of it. That's the energy. That's the energy you're looking for. Trust has this undertone of control. You don't need to hope because you're living it already. So where are you saying that you need to trust? You need to trust yourself to make this business deal. You need to trust in a man, a woman to validate your worth, to give you love, to you need to trust in the universe, trust in your own self-worth. Where are you unconsciously relying on trust to fill in a gap? But what if? What if you could just drop the need to trust altogether? It's not necessary. It's not needed. And you just act as if you already have everything. Because you do. You're not waiting for external approval. I'm not waiting for someone or something to trust. I'm just living. It's already done. That's where the power is. That's where the magic is, baby. You no longer need to trust. You're in alignment with truth. You're in alignment with your power. And you're already creating the reality that you desire. No trust needed. And now I want you to visualize, and we'll do this further in the activation, but I guess I'm going to go there a little bit. To visualize a cord from you to what you needed to trust. And I want you to visualize cutting the cord, taking back that energy that you've been putting out there into something or someone or some circumstance. And claim it all back, baby. Yeah. So in the activation, we're going to clear all of that freaking energy that you've been giving out there to needing to trust somebody. And we're going to claim that shit back, giving you more power, more certainty. And we're going to claim your motherfucking sovereignty. So get in there and see what it's about. But I'm sending you all of the love. Thank you for being part of my community, and I'm sure we'll be talking again.